White Rock. Everyone's having a good time? I'm from Vancouver and it took me 2 goddamn hours to get here. And I gotta say, that is not the furthest I've gone for some White Rock. That means cocaine. I am Kate and I am most definitely an alcoholic. I realize I didn't need to tell all of you that just now, but I also didn't need to tell my dental hygienist or the checkout bitch at Safeway, so. Nowadays, telling people I'm an alcoholic comes as easily as telling every single person I meet that I love them. You see, in recovery, we're conditioned to love everybody, to counteract our old way of thinking was that everyone's a fucking idiot. Now, not only are we taught to love everybody, there's also a strong emphasis on something called self-love. And if you're anything like me, your mind instantly went to masturbation. The counselors at treatment kept saying, practice self-love. You gotta practice self-love. I'm like, I've been doing that since I was 10. You know, a lot of you might be thinking, what kind of a drunk was I? Was I a happy drunk? Was I an angry drunk? I'll tell you. I was a how the hell did I get to Pittsburgh drunk. I took partying pretty seriously. I kind of wore it as my identity for a long time. I honestly thought that everybody would drink the way that I did if they had the talent and stamina to do so. It was a real eye-opener in recovery when I realized not everyone aspired to drink all day and wake up each morning with a sense of impending doom. Who knew? The concept of partying did really change over the years for me. Like, as a kid, it was movies and popcorn and some weird clown dude. And then 15 years later, it's just you and your buddy with a small bag of dope in your mom's basement. Real good time. Yeah, my morning routine has changed a lot. What it used to look like was, oh, where am I? Who the fuck's this guy? It was like some very deranged game of Clue happening where I would be putting the pieces together like it was Kate with the blow down at the Roxy. Always very interesting. Yeah, nowadays I'm doing some pretty advanced things like brushing my teeth. A little backstory for you all. I had a pretty much identity crisis when I was 13. The Spice Girls posters came down and the Wu-Tang Clan poster went up. It's all about scoring ganja and fishing for 40s in the nearby liquor store. I didn't really understand that a 13-year-old white girl from London, Ontario wasn't Tupac's target audience. I wasn't doing very well in school. I wasn't good at math or English or trying. But I was good at a couple things like rolling blunts and hand jobs. The guidance counselor always said, find your strengths. Fast forward a few years and I wound up in a career path that This industry was known for turning a blind eye on substance abuse problems and also required little to no academic achievement. You got it, the restaurant industry. Yeah, I gotta say, it was pretty hard some mornings nursing a raging hangover while being elbow deep in a bucket of raw chicken. They'd catch me just like lying on the floor of the walk-in fridge sweating out last night's debauchery. Like, that is not food safe. I started doing some really weird things to try to stay sober. I'd leave my phone and wallet at home so I would have no money and means of getting certain things, and I'd even come to work dressed in my full-on chef's uniform because I thought I wouldn't go to the bar afterwards that way. So you'd find a 32-year-old cokehead scavenging through the staff room like some goddamn raccoon looking for some discarded clothing from a server. Catch me at 2 o'clock on Granville Street in some ill-fitting, bejeweled halter top and my dirty kitchen clogs, like... Still got laid. It is amazing what we do, thinking that guys really care about who they're going home with. Like, it's shocking how much effort we put in as young 22-year-old girls. Like, you're literally like the target demographic of people that want to fuck you, and you're like spending all this time like self-consciously looking at what you're wearing and how you're grooming yourself and all this shit. Like, I remember one time, 3 a.m., getting the cab to pull over while my gentleman friend was liquored up beside so I could run in and grab a razor because I thought he wouldn't fuck me if I didn't shave my legs. That guy couldn't even see straight. What am I doing? I paid an extra $10 for this cab ride. Anyway, I ended up in treatment. I hear some of you are there right now, right? Yeah. Well, if you didn't attend, I will tell you what you will find there. Alcoholics, addicts, daddy issues, tramp stamps, and a whole lot of people single and ready to mingle. Nothing gets a young girl excited that wants to get her life back together like a 45-year-old crackhead fresh out of prison with 3 kids by 3 different women, but a very, very inspiring tattoo across his chest that says hope. He's so cute. I think he's just misunderstood. 3 weeks in, you're making plans with your new best friend, aka your roommate, about how you've got this thing, and you're gonna get out of there and become drug and alcohol counselors and get an apartment together. Right? Sounds pretty good, eh? It's kind of like 3 a.m. in the local saloon planning on going to Hawaii and getting an apartment together. Fast friends, we make fast friends. I knew my life had really done a 180 when I found myself 10 months sober. I was cutting up strawberries with a bunch of 70-year-old women at an AA strawberry festival. I chuckled to myself, thinking, 1 year ago I was chopping rails with a bunch of 20-year-olds in a strip club bathroom. Things really change in recovery. I am 5 years sober, and yes. pretty amazing. I've got an excellent marriage. I started a business that I'm very proud of. I've got a lot of friends, and I work with women in recovery. Literally pretty much everything I could ever hope for. But sometimes I put on a pair of jeans, and they're a little bit tight, and I think Coke would fix this. I do have a few vices still, I gotta admit, like fresh cut flowers and scented room sprays, pretty much what you would call middle-aged white woman vices, hot gossip, and comparing myself to everyone I see on social media. I'm really trying to cut back on that. I'm trying to control and enjoy my self-loathing. Life is amazing. I am just so thankful for everything I've accomplished in sobriety, thankful for the people that paved the way for me and told me like how they got here. There's no way I would be able to be standing up here talking about this shit if I wasn't firmly convinced that the days of waking up in my own urine are behind me. It's a pretty good feeling, guys. I still hang around with predominantly alcoholics and addicts because they are funner than normal people. But the really great thing is, they're not trying to fuck my husband, and I'm not trying to rob them. They're sober, I'm sober, the world is a safer place. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of the performance. Have a great night. Yeah!